We are now sat in our brand new premises, and if you had have told me 8 years ago when we had 100 quid in our company bank account that we would be sat here today, I would have laughed. But this is how it happened. So rewind the clock back to 2015. At the time I was working at a marketing agency, but I'd always been a car enthusiast and following what BMW did at that time. And BMW had just launched this car sat behind me, the BMW M2, but there was an uproar in the fact that it did not have the M mirrors. And I used to spend my nights scouring about on forums, and I wanted to try and find a solution for that because I just felt that I owed these people that because they'd helped me in my 1 Series at the time. Anyway, I managed to design these M mirror caps at the time on a sheet of paper. I sent them to this factory and they designed them, and I sent basically all of my savings to this random factory, hoping that something would come back, and it materialized, it worked. So then the mirror caps landed 3 months later, and when they landed, people started buying them, and I thought to myself, this could be a business. And that was when AutoID was incorporated in the November of 2015. Over the next 6 months or so, people wanted more products. We started selling spoilers and all the other bits and bobs that our factory was able to supply to us. And then we hit a big point in 2016 when Mr. Achilles picked up the UK's first M2.
Jack has turned up and he's about to show us some really lovely mirror caps that were retrofit. One thing I was quite disappointed with when I was speccing and I saw the final spec sheet on the M2 was the mirrors, that they just look like standard mirrors, and they look fantastic. I can't tell you how good they look in the flesh.
And I managed to get in on that video, and I supplied him with a set of M mirror covers, and the rest was history, so they say. So at 2017 now, and I got diagnosed with a thing called achalasia, which is basically something to do with my esophagus. Anyway, I had to have keyhole surgery, and it meant that I was off work for about 3 weeks. And during those 3 weeks, I couldn't pack any orders or anything else like that. But luckily, my brother was around to step in, pack the orders whilst I could answer emails. What I didn't realize was that was then going to become the blueprint for the business over the next couple of years, because AutoID then went from sort of strength to strength whilst I was still doing it as a side hustle. Sam would help me pack orders, I would go to work, answering emails on my commute, and then come home, pack orders, get up, pack orders. It went around like this for about 1.5 years, 2 years. And then it got to a point in 2018, in late 2018, where I realized I'm not giving my current job 100%, which I absolutely loved. I completely loved doing what I was doing in marketing, but I wasn't giving that 100%. And then I knew I was looking at what AutoID was doing and how it was growing. And I was thinking to myself, well, if I gave AutoID 100%, like imagine what that could be. So I kind of mulled over that question for a while, and eventually I had to just take the leap. So I handed in my notice, and the risk paid off, because in early 2019, we got to a place where we could actually have our first ever unit, which is the infamous Unit 9 Stondon Hall Farm, which you guys would have seen on the YouTube channel before. And that place was a bare empty shell, and we built it out to be the best that it could be at the time. So as I got a bit too busy to manage and spin every plate myself, it was obvious that I needed to bring someone on to help me, and who better than my own brother who had helped us earlier on in the AutoID story.
Well, the problem was I was at sixth form at the time studying my A-levels, and to leave sixth form would mean I'd have no qualifications, which is quite worrying for your mum and dad. So Jack and I come up with the idea to put me on an apprenticeship for 2 years, and hopefully beyond that we could keep the business growing. But it was a really dire situation, because it was at a point where if Jack didn't get someone on, he wouldn't be able to keep doing it anymore. And if he did, then it was kind of the start of what it was. And luckily we're sat here today, and now it is what it is.
Managed to get that signed off. Sam joined the business, and it was the best thing that we could have ever done, because it meant that I could focus on growing the business and Sam could focus on the operational side of the business. And that's essentially still how we work today. And then in late 2019, some bloke in Wuhan ate a bat and caused a global pandemic.
The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades.
And I thought, shit, I've just ruined my little brother's life. Luckily, a few things fell into our favour, because people were sat at home, they weren't commuting, they weren't going out to restaurants, they weren't spending time, they were looking at their car on their driveway and thinking, I'm going to buy that, that and that. And we were in a place where we had actually stockpiled a lot of stock. We sold loads of stuff early 2020. I was still able to go to work because it was me and my brother, and we lived together at the time as well. So early 2020 was a great place for us, and we wanted to try and push that growth forward. So we needed to take the next big step, and that was in June 2020. We brought on our first real employee, which was Josh Clark, or Joshick on Instagram, and he joined the business as our sales guy, and that was a real big moment for us because it was our first step into employment. I had to do proper like HR things and stuff. So with our sales being looked after, we realised that the rest of the business started to need its own staff as well. So warehouse, fitters, marketing, operations, a load of these areas the business needed supporting as well. So that started to grow throughout the end of 2020 and into 2021 as well. And then this bloke behind the camera joined us at the end of the year to really step up our YouTube and all the other content. And we also did some great stuff with people like Matt Armstrong, Joe Achilles, Living Life Fast, and a number of other guys. So 2021 was a big kind of stake in the ground from a social media perspective as well. Not only that, we expanded into the unit next door to us to help grow our warehouse space. And that brings us forward to 2022, where someone basically put a rocket up AutoID's arse, and it's been amazing the amount of growth we've had in the last 2 years. You guys will be able to see that on our YouTube channel. You'll be able to flick through all of the content that we've made and just sort of see all those different changes, because it has been very exciting and very stressful as well. And I cannot thank my team enough for all of the work that they've done, but also you guys. If you go back through and look through all of the YouTube content we've made over the last 2 years, it's been so exciting. And it's been so great to be part of this. And I do just want to say a quick thank you to all of our customers and everyone that's watching this video. Thank you so much for making this happen. That being said, let's have a walk around our brand new headquarters. So I've given you our life story and how we got to here, but now I want to show you the fruits of our labour. We only got moved into the new unit about 2 weeks ago, so it's still a little bit rough around the edges, but I thought we need to show you guys where we're at and how much of a level up this is from the old place. Let's have a look. Oh, hi sir, how can I help you today? Welcome to the new AutoID waiting area. We have designed this to be as comfortable as you want it to be. If you're going to come here for a full day's fitting from 9 AM to 5 PM, we want to make sure you feel nice and relaxed. So I've got a nice new sofa, Netflix, all the stuff on the TV that you want to watch. We've got the sim rig here, and then if you guys need to work from home, you can do so at our desk there with Wi-Fi, plugs, all the stuff, coffees, all of that stuff. This is basically going to be your home for the day, so we wanted to make it as comfortable as possible. And we're going to have exclusive merch drops that are just in the waiting area, auto fresh, all of that sort of stuff. So it's going to be well worth coming down and visiting the waiting area at AutoID.
Well, what's going on in here then, Jack?
So this will be our photography studio. Nice little lockers for the guys, so they've got somewhere to put all of their stuff, all the warehouse guys. As I said, still stuff out and about here. And then as you come through, this is our new packing area and workshop. So the packing area we've completely overhauled compared to the last place. Much better lighting so the guys can properly quality control the product, because we want to make sure that when stuff is getting boxed away or getting prepped, it needs to be up to the standards that we set here at AutoID.
What's happening, Thomas?
How you doing?
Big up Thomas, man. What's happening, Ollie?
Big up, Ollie.
Oh, more than that, Ollie. Energy. Say hey. Just do the shout one more time.
Say what?
Just say hello.
Hello!
Yeah, perfect.
Now in the new warehouse, this is this is probably 4 or 5 times the size of what we had before. There are so many empty shelves, which is so much opportunity for us to grow, which is very exciting. If you follow me up here as well, we've got lots of height. So as you can see, there's loads of empty shelves that are waiting to be filled, plenty of opportunity. The demands from our customers and what they want to offer, different products, different makes and models, all of that sort of stuff has meant that we need a bigger space and area to store that product. The place we was before was so tight and cramped, and we literally was at the limit of what we can stock. So this is just going to give us a load more opportunity to expand our product catalogue, which obviously you guys are wanting. As I mentioned, this is a work in progress, so we're still taking stuff from the old unit and unpacking it safely as well, on top of deliveries of stock arriving. So it is already in a bit of a mess, but it's not going to stay this way because I've told the guys, Amazon level warehouse.
It looks like an Amazon level warehouse at the moment.
Not at the moment.
Hello, Kai.
Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm putting some mirrors away.
That don't look like a fitter, does it?
That don't look like a fitter. Sorry, just to add to that, Kai was meant to be fitting today on some new height adjustable springs on the F87 M2, but Jack done that thing where like he ordered stuff and ordered it to the old unit because he forgot to change the address.
A lot of that's happened, yeah, sorry. And here is the most important party piece of the unit. Although this as well is not finished yet, we've got some finishing touches to go on the top in the shape of some nice LED lighting. But for now,
We're gonna get another ramp.
potentially we might have
I
enough.
keep saying to Jack, because Jack wants to bang a ramp just here, like one of them scissor ones. But at this point, we don't really need it.
For us, our workshop is essentially a content bay. Like the customers that come down to us, yes, they come down for fitting, but a lot of the stuff that we use it for is just to kind of make content to share on the channel. So we're not predominantly a fitting business, it's just part of the service that we offer. So we don't necessarily need another ramp. It's just a nice to have, especially because like with scissor lifts, it's just a lot easier to get cars and stuff on it. With these,
Yeah, but look
they
at all
are-
the space I've got though, Jack.
Yes. So we're going to have some nice LED lighting up here, which is going to be over the two-post ramps. And then we're also going to have nice little mural slash LED light wall on this side as well. So this is going to be bright, especially with this kind of gloss white floor, which you can genuinely swim on. All right.
Right, also, I just need to mention one thing that Jack's going to get really annoyed at. So Jack spent loads of money and he's bought this robot Hoover and he thinks it's the best thing since sliced bread, but I'm confident it doesn't do anything.
No, it does. It does. The problem is I've been trying to get Alan to do too much work.
He's named it Alan as well.
So we basically need it just to do the workshop, and he's been going around and cleaning the rest of the warehouse, and he's picking up stuff and he's getting a bit stressed out, a bit tired. So I'm going to cut his hours down and I'm just going to get him to focus on this area, and he's going to do it really, really good.
Alan got stuck under the R8 as well.
Yeah, he's scratched. Look, Nathan owes me a new one because he's already scratched, and I'm very OCD with stuff like that. That literally gave me a sleepless night last night thinking about it.
And we've got a washing machine. This is the bollocks, and I basically spent a whole day building it all, but I built the whole thing wonky, and Jack's old man had to come and then build it all so it weren't
Rebuild
wonky.
it from the start to finish, yeah.
Yeah, but it is really nice, and it means it's just a nice clean bay when we're doing all content and stuff, which you'll see in videos coming up.
Yep. So good.
Our old unit was on a roller shutter.
Literally like that all morning.
Oh, we got more parcels turning up.
So one of the limitations of the old place was that the office and where people ate was essentially the same place. We're now very lucky to have a fully dedicated, nice eating area. We've got a conference room for the guys, do their meetings. There's an interview going on in there at the moment for some new warehouse staff. And it's just a nice place to be honest.
Should we go see if the people that work here are actually doing any work?
I hope so.
Yeah?
Well, I see how awkward they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but he's like whiny now.
Tell them to say something.
Hi. Hey.
So when you send your inquiries in on a live chat, you've got this big guy here who sits. No, this is where we sit, this is where we get back to, and this is our nice new office space, which has got nice windows and it's bright, and we're not stuck away in a little cupboard.
Oh, it's so nice having windows. The old
It
one
actually
didn't have
is, but we've
windows.
all been sweating as well, haven't we?
That's it.
So we've got to get more aircon units. But
Yeah.
yes, this is our nice new workspace.
It did have a beanbag down there, but Jack got rid of it. I was looking forward to using
Because
that.
all he does is sit on his beanbag on fucking Instagram. Anyway, that wraps up our tour. We will be doing an open day, actually. It's worth saying that because
Yes.
most likely in September. So if you're watching this, you're based in the UK or not, if you want to fly over here, more than welcome to do so.
We're based in Chelmsford now.
We're
by the way.
based in Chelmsford, yes, in Essex. Correct, Nathan, that's
Yes.
right. So yeah, you're more than welcome to come. We'll be sharing details on social media as and when that time comes and it's all booked in, blah, 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 blah. I just want to finish off by saying a massive, massive thank you again to you guys for helping make all this happen. The AutoID team as well have literally come together and they're buying into this vision of the company, and I cannot wait to share with you guys all the exciting plans we have for here and for the company over the next couple of years. Thank you so, so much. Please, please do subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already, and smash that like button, and we will see you guys in the next video when we start doing some actual work.
I've just bought a new car as well.
Oh yes, you have.
Yeah.
See you soon.
And Jack's also bought 2 new cars, or pre-ordered 2 new cars.
Yeah.
But we're not going to bait anything more out of that.
No, no,
So
no.
basically Jack's literally just spent all of his money on a robot hoover and 2 new cars.